I'm action figure that looks kind of like Jason Statham. And I'm like totally Ruby Rose. I'm so happy we were able to save the world from the giant the giant shark that we probably would have detected, but for the movie's sake we didn't. Right. I just hope that this is the last time that I ever have to fight a prehistoric creature, and I don't think I could handle having to fight another. Oh my god! Meg 2. Terry. Hello, Pee-wee. I just went and saw the Meg. Now, I had to fly this one solo. My one friend, Jen, that I've often invited to these, is terrified of sharks, so she won't go. Hoping I can talk to her into going to Slender Man with me next week. Jeremy's a barely functioning alcoholic, so he couldn't be here. So I went solo and saw the Meg. And it was fucking phenomenal. There's not much you can say about this movie. Boat goes into water. Sharks in the water. Our shark. There are... When you go into this movie, what are you wanting? You get that. You get that too. Jason Statham fights a shark. And if you were wondering, does he get on top of the shark and fight it? Yeah. Yeah, he does. But you know what? This was not just a cash grab. This was not just one of those movies. And I would have been fine if this movie was tongue-in-cheek, nothing but jokes, just left and right, just stupidity. But it was actually really well written, really well acted, really well produced, well shot. This will be in my top 10 favorite films of the year. Jason Statham I haven't really seen in a whole lot of like theatrical films in the last few years. He's been in some, but he's been doing a lot of direct-to-DVD stuff, and some of that stuff is really good. Safe. I don't know if that went to theaters or not. That was a great movie. I love Jason Statham. I think he's a fantastic actor. I think he's great in these action scenes. Yeah, he's a little one note, but he pulls off that one note pretty damn well. Bing Bing Lee, or Lee Bing Bing, I'm not sure exactly how you're supposed to pronounce that. She was fantastic in this movie. He has some Norwegian name I can't pronounce, but the fat guy that piloted the helicopter that picked up Walter Mitty in Secret Life of Walter Mitty and took him to the ship, he's in this. He's really good. Hero from the TV show Heroes is in it too, but I won't tell you what happens to him because it's like the saddest part of the whole movie in my opinion. But one of the biggest credits I have to give to this film is I've seen Ruby Rose in a lot of stuff, but typically she doesn't have that many speaking lines. I'm sorry, I don't know if she refers to herself as her or him. I know she's kind of like gender fluid, so I apologize. I'll just say Ruby. Ruby is, I think, a great physical actress. I loved her in John Wick 2. Loved her. She played a mute. And I've never really heard her speak this much. And I was kind of surprised. I thought she carried this movie. Well, not carried, but I thought she was very good in this movie. I mean, the plot tells you what the movie's going to be about. I mean, I'm not going to spoil the ending, but y'all kind of know how this movie's going to end. Daughter's turn. You trying to come in and be a part of the review? Are you? Maybe the Mega Shark's going to get you. She never wants to come back here unless I'm doing something like this. It's fucking hilarious. Ooh, one other thing to show you. This is our kitty Diana. We named her Diana because she's a Wonder Woman kitty. Hey, I'm a kitty. Yeah, you are a cat. I'm so cat-like. She's a sweetheart. Anyway, the Meg. I don't remember who directed it, but I had a blast watching this. I really wish somebody else had been there with me to see this, but I still thoroughly, really enjoyed this movie from beginning to end. Are there some dead spots? Yeah, there's a few here and there. Now, there are critics that are like, oh, this movie could have been 20, 30 minutes shorter. It could have been shorter, but maybe only like 5 to 10 minutes. There's not a lot you could have trimmed out because a lot of it was important. There were a lot of subplots. There were... this teasing love story between Statham and Bing Bing Lee's character, but it didn't feel unnatural. A lot of these love stories in movies like this get forced, and this didn't. Hey, here's a surprise. If you've seen the Mega Shark movies from the Asylum series, the shark looked a lot better. Actually, this was the best looking shark I've ever seen in a movie. I mean, ever. Ever. I've never seen a shark look this good in a movie before. I got to see it on the big screen, which was nice because just 3 days ago it didn't even have a screening listed for that. Not until I think it was just 2 days ago. They put up a new list of screenings for that for the big theater. I was too excited. I love movies that focus on water or take place. I have an obsession with water. I have dreams of being in the water all the time, in oceans and things like that. I just want to take a cruise across an ocean once, not like alongside land. No, just nothing but water for like days. I would love to do that. And I love water shots. It's just one of those things that I like in a film. When cinematography is done well, like that scene that was constantly in The Last Jedi trailer, where they trailed over top of it, and there was a lot of that. The cinematography was beautiful in this film. I mean, this movie could have phoned a lot of the stuff in, and they know people would have still gone to see it, but it didn't. It didn't take shortcuts. It didn't take the easy way out. There was a couple of one-liners that you're like, okay, I saw that coming. And yes, there is an air of predictability to this film, but they add enough content to the film itself, and we get enough, we know who these people are. You get emotionally invested in all the characters within seconds of meeting them because it's a properly directed and written film. It's not like some other movies where you see by the end of a 1.5 hour movie, you're like, I didn't give a fuck about any of these people. Like that Truth or Dare movie, I did not give one shit about anybody that died in that movie. It was like, whatever. No, this one, even like the characters in the very beginning that shit happens to, you get enough exposition in seconds, you're like, I care about these characters. So I can't recommend this one enough. I mean, I said that Skyscraper was my favorite action film of the year that wasn't a superhero movie. The Meg. And I really liked Skyscraper, but I said in that video, well, I don't think this one will make my top 10. The Meg will probably make my top 10. So, long story short, it's not just your typical shark movie. And I have a collection. One day I'm going to do a video on here of my collection of shark movies. I have tons. And I just saw one the other day called House Shark. And the tagline on IMDb was, it's Jaws in a house. It was amazing. That might show up for the next drunk review. The last drunk review was supposed to be for Jurassic Games, and I might, if enough people want me to, I'll post the review. But by the end of it, we are fairly intoxicated, and we're repeating ourselves over and over again and saying and doing some obnoxious shit. But if anybody wants to see it, I'll post it. So, my opinion, go check out The Meg. I really can't say enough how much I just had a good time watching this movie. Real quick, I'll run down the trailers. They showed the trailer for Shazam. I don't know about that. Not so sure about Shazam. Looks okay, but the one that surprised me, because I was like, yeah, I'll see it because it's a DC movie, the Aquaman trailer, that looks really goddamn good. Like, really good. What other trailers did we get? There's like 2 other trailers, and for the life of me, I cannot remember what they were right now, but, drugs kill brain cells. Yeah, since this is just me, it's a lot harder to be funny when I don't have somebody to play off of, but at least I had action figures. Go check out The Meg. I will see you guys next week.